हेलो दोस्तों, दिस इज विशाखा डागा कमिंग अप विद नेक्स्ट राउंड ऑफ न्यू सिंप्लीफाइड। ना कहते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ इकोनॉमिक डिप्रीविएशन एंड इनइक्वालिटी इन इंडिया, इंडिया को आसानी से इंडिया और भारत में डिवाइड कर सकते हैं। एक इंडिया है जहाँ कहते हैं कि अच्छी खासी फैसिलिटीज़ है, स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग है, वहीं भारत है जहाँ पे सिविलाइजेशन या फिर जो आपकी बेसिक फैसिलिटीज़ हैं जैसे हेल्थ एंड एजुकेशन कम अवेलेबल हैं। कहते हैं भारत, अक्सर रूरल इंडिया को रेफर करते हैं, बट दिस टर्म एंड टेक्नोलॉजी ऑल्सो कम्स फॉर द ट्राइबल इंडिया एज वेल। And for its development, the government of India come up with various schemes. यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे हैं सीड स्कीम, which is being recently launched by Ministry of Social Justice. तो आज हम इसी सीड स्कीम के बारे में बात करेंगे, which is launched for the denotified tribes. तो आज के वीडियो में हम ये भी देखेंगे कि denotified tribes क्या होती हैं या विमुक्त जातियाँ क्या होती हैं और इनकी हिस्ट्री क्या है और अभी करंट स्टेट क्या है, वो सब डिटेल में हम आज की वीडियो में एक एक करके जानेंगे। सबसे पहले देखते हैं why this was in news. This was in news recently because Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment has launched a SEED scheme. SEED stands for Scheme for Economic Empowerment of Denotified Tribes. Economic Empowerment of Denotified Tribes. जैसे इसमें सोशो इकोनॉमिक पे ध्यान दिया जाएगा, जो कि हम आगे की वीडियो में भी जानेंगे। पर सबसे पहले ये जानना जरूरी है कि Denotified Tribes क्या होती हैं। Denotified tribes are also called as विमुक्त जाति। इनको समझने के लिए ये जानना जरूरी है कि जब ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में आए थे वो काफी तरीकों से इन्होंने इंडिया को इम्पैक्ट किया था। एंड देयर मेन एम वाज इकोनॉमिक एक्सप्लॉयटेशन। हाउएवर उसके बीच में ट्राइबल्स बहुत हद तक उनके बीच में आ जाते हैं, जैसे सांथाल वगैरह तो रिवोल्ट कर देते हैं। एक तो हम रिवोल्ट देखते हैं, दूसरा होता है अनदर सेट ऑफ रिवोल्ट वाज ट्राइबल्स कंसिडर फॉरेस्ट एज देयर होमलैंड, तो वो उसको छोड़ते नहीं थे एंड देयर वाज कॉन्टिन्यूअस एक्सेस इन फॉरेस्ट। हाउएवर ब्रिटिशर्स वांटेड फॉरेस्ट फॉर देयर टिम्बर, राइट? दे हैव एन इकोनॉमिक आई फॉर दिस। And the other thing is that Britishers wanted कि tribals भी क्या करें, agriculture cultivation में करें, so that maximum raw material of cotton, indigo वगैरह उनको मिल सके। For that, they started asking tribals to not engage in the activities like gathering, shifting, and pastoralism, which was considered as a hindrance to the British way of economic exploitation in India. So, in order to stop that, what they did was in 1871, they passed a Criminal Tribe Act. Under this Criminal Tribe Act, many of the tribes were actually, and their activities were declared as a cognizable offense, that a non-bailable offense. That means if they are found to be engaging in such kind of activities without bail, they can be arrested. They will not be given any kind of bail after arrest. And these were very simple activities like going into forest, trespassing the forest, collecting goods from there, and even many other activities which were actually a means of livelihood for the tribal. Now, because of which many tribal people were subjugated and actually exploited by the British policies, to the extent they even started taking the children of the tribal with them, saying that they are going to teach more civilization values to these tribals. And this was the extent of exploitation that they suffered. Example of these tribes include Chara, Devi Pujak, Sasi, Sandhya, Dafe. Do remember the example, because many times in example that is going to create a cutting edge edge for you, so that you can score good in your exam. Let's move ahead and let's actually understand more about the denotified tribes. Now, because of this, these are how denotified tribes were created in 1871. Because of which they suffered a lot. However, in post-independence India, they were actually renamed as this act was repealed, Criminal Tribe Act of 1871, and with the Economic Offender Act of 1950s of the 1952, they were no longer called as criminal tribe. However, in this entire process, they suffered a great degree of subjugation and alienation, first at hand of Britishers, who actually subjugated them from their homeland and occupation. They were practicing before were considered as crime. Their homeland, their forest was taken away from them. But even in post-independence India, they did not find solution to their problem. Because in post-independence India, they suffered the problem of severe neglect and deprivation. They belonged to the area in which the infrastructure was not there, communication service not provided, and even after so many years of independence, they did not get the right to forest. The Forest Right Act is passed in 2006. They're not, the data is not available to them. So overall, we see even the benefit that has been given to the other ST is not available to many of the denotified tribes because they are not being recognized as such. So they suffer from the problems of social discrimination because still tracked as criminal. They are tagged as criminal. Second, they suffered economic hardship because their means of livelihood is quite old, it is not accepted, and that's why their livelihood is greatly impacted. Next is their declining population. Overall, this community has become closed, and without any kind of support, their population is declining. And one can see a large-scale exclusion of the DNT from the government policies. Overall, there is a lack of data on the denotified tribes, how many of them are present, like what kind of development needs are there. And adding to that, now they are suffering from identity threat. As since the government policy threatened them, again, the whole idea of CA and RC, they do not have data with them. And there is a greater possibility that they may actually be added into the communities that do not come into the list of NRC. So which has added the trouble for the denotified tribes. This was understanding the present scenario. Now, Government of India has recently recognized this, but it has been working to actually uplift the denotified tribes from their scenario, which began in 1949 itself. Like with the establishment of Anand Swami Iyengar Committee, it said first of all denotified these tribes, and accordingly, a Habitual Offender Act was passed in 1952. But this was not sufficient. And with that, Venkatacharya Commission in 2002 said that you need to work on the upliftment of economic and education upliftment and development of these tribes. Because just denaming them, preventing the discrimination is not going to help. You have to provide the tangible measures to them. Similar initiative was taking place in 2008 and 2015 when the Renke Commission was established in 2008 and Idate Commission was 2015. Idate Commission was given the responsibility to identify the denotified tribes, collect the data about their current social status, and then actually recommend the policy changes that can be taken to promote the development of the denotified tribes. And in this initiative, thus came the SEED scheme. SEED scheme, which is dedicated to the development and welfare of the denotified tribes and nomadic and semi-nomadic tribes. And this scheme actually will be implemented by. So first of all, you need to understand the SEED scheme. The scheme has come into being to promote the development of these denotified tribes. And for this, it is working on 4 fronts: health, education, livelihood, and housing. For education, it will promote the access to medical school and engineering facilities. Also, even it will provide actually coaching facilities to get into the civil services. For health, it will provide access to the India's health insurance policy, that is PM Arogya Yojana. For livelihood, it will try to provide the livelihood opportunity, skill, and other kind of facility to the tribal people. And overall, for housing, they will be included in PM Awas Yojana or Indra Awas Yojana to provide the housing to these communities. So this is actually their main goal, to provide the educational and socio-economic development of these communities by these kind of means. Now, who will be implementing this scheme? This scheme will be implemented by Development and Welfare Board for DNT, SNT, and NT, which was established in 2019 on the recommendation of Idate Commission itself. Now, for this, 200 crore is allocated for the next 5 years, and to implement the scheme in a successful manner, a portal is being established. This portal has 3 main functions in terms of: number 1, this portal will help seamless registration. It will be easy for a tribal to register in here. Then it will be easy for them to actually access the information they want, and it will be easy for them to track the entire progress of their application. So this portal will make the greater accountability and transparency possible, along with accessibility for the tribal, because of which the development will be more easy as compared to other schemes. And with this, we will make the slogan of our Prime Minister possible, that is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas. So we are promoting inclusivity in society, with the help of which we can actually reduce the India-Bharat divide. And with this, we are done with today's video. I hope with this video, you're able to understand who are Vimukt Jatis, that is denotified tribe, what are their problems, what were the historical condition and what is the present condition right now, and how seed scheme can help them. Now, if you have any doubt regarding the tribes, you can actually search for the video about the tribes in the ForumIAS videos, which is available in the social issues lecture. Otherwise, if you have any other doubt, you can put the doubt in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching the video.
Current Affairs by ForumIAS is an all-in-one program that covers the dynamic aspect of the syllabus from both prelims and mains perspective. Last year, we have helped more than 100 students crack IAS with our current affairs classes.